ladies and gentlemen. We have just completed the last day of conferences and business meetings among startups, investors, private companies, and also government representatives at the G20 Digital Innovation Network. Now, as we wrap up the G20 Digital Innovation Network, we wanted to invite some special guests to chat about their experiences here at DIN. Now, let's take a look at the guests we have here on this panel. Very, very exciting group of people. Now, first and foremost, we have here Bapak Samuel Abrujani Pangerapan, Director General of Informatics Application at the Ministry of Communication and Informatics, Republic of Indonesia. We also have Mr. Naman Upadhyaya, the Undersecretary at the Ministry of External Affairs, Republic of India. And we also have, this is the most exciting part, we have the best innovators of G20 Digital Innovation Network. Now, why we wanted to gather you here all today is because we wanted you to share your perspective on the future of digital innovation and how important stakeholders can continue to facilitate global innovation players. Now, there's a lot of you here on stage, so I'm going to make it quick, but I'm going to start with Bapak Samuel, okay? Bapak Samuel, tell us about the background of G20 Digital Innovation Network. How did this event come about?
Test.
Okay, thank you. Yes, this is a continuity from the program that made by the Italy presidency. They have a program, similar program, and we believe in the similar this program in Italy presidency. They make a digital innovation league. So in this year we are enhance what they are started on the digital league, and we are making this as a digital innovation network. So from the league, move to the network, because we believe in the innovation is the collaboration. So if we can put together all the startup and they can discuss each other or talk each other and then find a new collaboration, and we'll make even better innovation. And also we believe when we are collaborating with the other cooperation or partner or even the VC to help them to grow even more.
I see. Bapak Samuel, what is it specifically that you wanted to deliver through the G20 Digital Innovation Network?
Well, first is the sharing. Sharing. So, you know, innovation is happen everywhere in this world, especially in the G20 member. So we want to understand what they are what happening in their country, what they are now working on. And then that's why we put them in together so they can discuss, and then they can, you know, like I said, they can form a new innovation.
All right, finally, Bapak Samuel, what are your hopes and expectations for the future of digital innovation?
We believe the collaboration is the key of innovation. So we like that this is going to, you know, even make it better. And of course, regarding the team, have to shoot whatever that's the global is facing on the problem. That's why I hope the India also here, maybe you can ask the India, this is the continuity from the Italy, Indonesia, and of course India will make even better than what we have done in Bali.
Yes, we're definitely looking forward to that. Now, that ties in right into my next question, which is going to be, of course, for Mr. Upadhyaya. Tell us about your experiences so far joining the G20 Digital Innovation Network held here in Bali.
So, the experience has been truly enriching and exhilarating, I must say, because this showcases and highlights the the dynamic and the vibrant ecosystem which is present in Indonesia. And I must congratulate Indonesia and commend Indonesia for successfully organizing this digital innovation network in a nearly flawless manner, because it is really heartening to see that at such a platform, venture capitalists as well as the innovators, they are coming together, not only from India or Indonesia, but from the member states of G20 countries. So definitely it will give a huge opportunity for the venture capitalists as well as innovators across the G20 member states to interact, to explore the new avenues of opportunities, and to expand and scale up their startups.
Mr. Upadhyaya, I'm curious about the innovation landscape in India. What is the fastest growing sector in your country?
So, as far as India is concerned, the IT, as you can take it's an easy guess that information technology is one of the fastest growing sector in India, especially in the domain of innovation. Apart from information technology, post COVID-19 pandemic, we have seen that even the health sector is growing very fast, and then we have new and emerging sectors as well which are coming up. Maybe it may be automotive, etc. But I must like to highlight especially the fintech sector in India, which is growing rapidly. And apart from fintech, health, and IT, there are innovations coming up in various sectors and various other fields. And it is heartening to see the healthy competition, because it is the competition which breeds innovation. And you can see the kind of ecosystem which we have in India. There are new apps, for example, Komin. Through this app, we were able to vaccinate like more than 2 billion people in India. So these are the kind of innovations which we need, so that it can reach to the last mile of the people, and we can ensure that no one is left behind. And this should be the motto of the innovation, what Indonesia has rightly suggested, that we have to recover together, and this recovery should be stronger. And I would like to add that it should also be sustainable.
Innovation to make sure that no one is left behind. That is very, very important. Now, as Bapak Samuel has already mentioned, your country will be the next president of the G20. So what is something that you saw here today at G20 DIN that you hope continues at the next Digital Innovation Network that your country, India, will host?
So during our presidency, I must say that the experience of these 3 days was truly amazing, and quite a learning experience for me as well as for our country as well, because Indonesia has got some brilliant ideas, and which they executed very nicely. So we will take all the best practices from Indonesia, and we will look for the support and the assistance from Indonesia, so that we can carry this forward. And as Sir rightly said, that many of the sectors which were covered during this digital innovation network, for example, health, education, supply chain, we would like to further build on it and take it forward, and include more sectors, be it financial inclusion, health, artificial intelligence. So these are some of the other sectors also, digital security, and some of it can be called as like public digital platforms, which India is quite good at. So we would like to include others and diversify it more. And we would like to build on the excellent work which has been done by Indonesia.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Upadhyaya. Well, I'm going to move on now to the startups. So maybe we could go down the line, and each of you could give us your name, the name of your startup, and which country you come from.
So my name is Neil. I'm from Singapore. I'm here to share with everyone here in terms of what we do at YouCare.ai. We are an AI company specifically for healthcare and insurance. We build high-performing AI models that could predict cost predictions and all that. It's great to be here to meet up with my peers, the investors, of course with our partners, Siloam, and all these various participants here. It's exciting and really kind of understanding all the digital innovation that's happening. Personally, I'm very invested in the healthcare, so this is wonderful to be here.
Next.
Hi, my name is Apurv Bajaj, and I'm representing EduBook here, and I'm from India, one of the 5 startups as a part of official delegation. So basically, you know, as you know, the innovation is obviously the theme of this event at G20. So, you know, even the careers of tomorrow are changing. They are, you know, led by, you know, technology like careers in AI, blockchain, cybersecurity, cloud, and like, you know, these kind of careers are shaping the future of tomorrow, right? And they are replacing the traditional career paths. So that is what we at our startup, you know, are focusing on. And also youth, not only, you know, helping students to, you know, be ready for the future in these emerging tech areas via skilling via our startup EduBook, but also we are using these technology in our startup. Like we have an AI-driven MIIT screening, multiple intelligence and interest test, where we map the students' intelligence type and interest using our AI algorithms to the which career paths are best suited to them. And then we also have a CV and certificates where we record it on the blockchain. You know, it's a 360-degree profile where we record it on the blockchain. So one of the initial use cases that even Indian government has used the blockchain as a technology is in the education sector for, you know, recording certificates on the chain. So these are some of the things, and you know, we are doing at our startup, and it was a great, you know, 3-day event here. And yes, we met a lot of VCs, we met a lot of our peers, and built some healthy B2B partnerships, which we really believe in. You know, because these are the international partners, and we can not only in India, we can expand outside also, like from India to the world, kind of, you know, thinking that we have. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Emilio Wibisono. I'm one of the startups represented for Indonesia. My company is called Sinbad. We are a B2B marketplace platform trying to leverage the fact of e-commerce and digital online spending. Our goal is very simple. We would like, if you're from Indonesia, harga aqua is the same all around the country to make sure that all price disparity to help YMKMs to be able to get the best benefits that you can from a modern trade store. Make sure efficiencies in logistics, make sure the supply chain is well and truly without multiple layers. We're here and been working for the last 4 years to help make the supply chain a lot thinner and a lot easier for us to be able to operate all around the country. It was a very nice experience here in Bali. Not our first time, but we're looking forward to the next event in India following. It was a nice event in order to just catch up with some old friends, other peers as well. Also understand that supply chain is not only an Indonesian thing, but it's all from around the world. So for us to see how our other competitors or even peers are tackling this issue in other countries. All in all, a very productive weekend. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eka. I'm representing Surya, a startup company doing solar in Indonesia. So I think as the G20 presidency this year, I think one of the key aspects is actually climate change. So actually what we do is we try to use digital innovation in terms of how to actually make solar more affordable for the masses as well as for the commercial and industrial sector, which is I think very important because I think to try and show that the solar is actually affordable is actually a very good message that we can send to the Indonesian government. That's what we came here to do. I think we're proud that we're actually able to showcase that fact. I think we really are looking forward. I think the G20 event this weekend was very amazing. I think we got a lot of feedback from the venture capitals. We got a lot of network with the the policymakers. I think we got a lot of good talking that we can do, and we really look forward to helping climate change, hopefully from Indonesia's side, and of course, learning from our peers from the G20. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Now, I know some of you have already touched on this, but maybe you could elaborate on the innovative solutions that your startups provide. Yes, go ahead.
So I guess Surya, what we're doing is basically trying to leverage the digital innovation in terms of energy sector, which is very notorious for being a dinosaur in a way, right? What we're trying to do is basically, what we realize is that there's actually a fintech sector that's growing that can actually connect investors towards the borrowers. that's what we try to do at Surya. We actually try to, so I think the biggest challenge about renewable energy is that it's actually extremely expensive to invest upfront. So what we do is we give them the capability to actually go with solar with no investment upfront. They only pay electricity that's cheaper than the rate of whatever electricity that you're using. So it's a win-win situation. But on the other hand, means that somebody has to supply the capital, and they better make some money out of it. So I think, fortunately, the world has come to the fact that it actually makes money. So I think that's what we want to try and show, that the economics of renewables has already made sense. Thank you very much.
We each answer once, or take your question?
Yes, everyone.
Sure. For Sinbad and e-commerce, it's quite simple. Majority of transactions here in the country, or maybe even around the world, is still mainly offline. So the innovation that we're trying to bring is to make offline to online, to make sure that people can transact using a digital platform. It makes it easier on costing, makes it easier on deliveries, it makes it easier to get a wholesome package. To the simple modem that we're trying to do is order at any time, at any place, at the cheapest price, and that's the disruption we're trying to do. An industry that has been around for since the dawn of time, and we're trying to make it online.
So at EduBook, what we are doing is basically, when it comes to choosing a career path, it's basically usually either your peer pressure or parents' wishes that you sometimes, follow. Most of the times, not sometimes. But, what we are doing is we are gathering, we have made a AI-based solution, which is driven by machine learning models, where we scientifically map the student's intelligence type and interest based on various psychometric tests, which is proven to be 90% accurate. And then using those AI tests, we map it with most relevant career paths for them that is actually suited as per their intelligence and interest type. So that's one way that we're using future technology, that's AI. Second is, as I said, blockchain. Blockchain is something we are using in recording the certificates, education certificates, and the whole CV, the resume and curriculum vitae on the blockchain, and then helping the students, get the jobs using those resumes, which look all the same. And at the same time, from the employer side, it's kind of automating the background screening, because these CVs will be verifiable, tamper-proof, and on the chain. So you no need to do the tedious process of background verification and everything. So that's how we are innovating at EduBook in India. Thank you.
So in the case, can you hear me? Yeah, so in the case of UCare.ai, we're focusing on building predictive models. And our objective is actually looking at healthcare and making it more effective and efficient. Right? So the approach we're taking, actually working with hospitals and working with insurance company, so that you could actually understand better in terms of your costs and what are the most effective way to engage with them as well. So these are kind of predictive models we're helping both the hospital and insurance to really building that out. And then we have a long way to go. And this is where with partners like Silawam in Indonesia, we're very happy in terms of what we can do locally as well.
All right, thank you. I have one final question for you all, and that's, what are you going to take away from your experience of participating at the G20 Digital Innovation Network?
Again, sure. So I think it's very, very exciting because, startup, you get to meet all your peers, looking at the investors, leveraging the, understand the policy in each countries. These really are all helpful in terms of how we, as a startup, navigate and then build up in terms of scale. So it's a tremendous opportunity, in particular from a digital innovation perspective. This is so critical in terms of things are moving so fast. So it's really appreciative and then really honored to be here.
Yeah, so regarding us, first of all, it's an honor to, win the judges category award in the EdTech area. That's something we'll relish for the long time at this international stage. Second, obviously, is that goal 12 of the UN SDGs, which is about partnering for achieving all other goals, all other 11 goals that the United Nations have. So, right now we are partnering with 15 B2B, business-to-business partnerships across the world, including from Dubai, including obviously within India and Singapore and Egypt and Israel. So this is something we, carried forward here and made some new partnerships in new G20 countries. And that's what we will take it forward in our case. Yeah. Thank you.
I think as aspiring entrepreneurs, networking is the easiest answer, but I think what's more important about the G20 summit here is the fact that it's not just entrepreneurs, it's not just founders, it's not just VCs, but it's actually countries, right? Like it's a representatives of countries that show, obviously anyone here on the stage cares about technology and making sure that, you know, startups can continue to dominate or accelerate. But I think the fact that countries, because ultimately we can do what we want as founders, but if the country doesn't back us or if regulations aren't put in place, or if the infrastructure that is created by the country doesn't support it, there's only so much we can do. So I think this summit, the main takeaway is that, especially being Indonesian, Indonesia is ready as well to take the next step forward, supported by the government, and I think that's the biggest thing I take away. As long as the government's there to help, I think there's nothing we can't do as aspiring entrepreneurs.
So I think, sort of echoing to what Simba was saying earlier, I think one of the key takeaways here is it's not just about venture capitals and the startups ecosystem, but I think we got to see a bit about how policy making is actually created. I think this is sort of like the whole point of G20, the collaboration between the countries, how each countries are actually comparing to each other. So I'm really, actually keen to take this learning, to try and figure out how we can help to make the regulatory environment in Indonesia more, I guess, more supportive towards climate change. Because I think it's something that we cannot solve together as Indonesia alone or India alone. I think it's a G20 effort. I think all of us has, basically our part to play. I think this is one of the key takeaways that we can take from it, and hopefully we learn from it, and we can help to make the regulatory changes going ahead to be more supportive. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for those answers, and thank you so much for being here today. Well, with that, we have come to the end of this talk session and the final event of the G20 Digital Innovation Network. We hope you've had a great time here, and we hope that today and yesterday has offered many productive meetings with the potential to become sustainable collaborations for the future. My name is Azalea Johannes. Once again, thank you for being here today, and take care, everyone.
Thank you.